Your childhood is still in control of your income, and I'm going to show you how to take back control. Hi, I am Julia Hankins, millionaire hypnotherapist and NLP coach for entrepreneurs and business owners who are ready to be unstoppable and go to their next level of success in their businesses and in life. And today I'm going to not only show you, but prove to you that your childhood is still controlling your business growth and your income, and how we can use hypnosis to break through, regain control, and create a new identity where you can make as much money as you want. So going back to my teacher days, go ahead, drop in the comments where you guys are from and what is it that you do? What's your business? Very first concept I'm going to talk about is the subconscious mind. So this is your mind, okay? And in order for us to understand how our childhood is controlling our income, we need to have a little bit of education about the subconscious, okay? This portion right here, this is going to be your conscious mind. It controls about, let's say, 5% of your mind. And this is going to be the unconscious mind, or you might know it as the subconscious mind. And that controls 95% of your mind. And as a business owner, entrepreneur, visionary, you are being controlled by your subconscious mind. 95% of your decisions, habits, behaviors are being governed and ruled by the programs in the unconscious mind. Now, this line here is called the critical faculty, okay? We're going to call it the critical faculty, and it's a border control between the conscious and the subconscious. So it decides what gets filtered through, okay? What's going to sink into the subconscious. Here, these X's that I am drawing, these represent your limiting beliefs. So by the time you were 11 years old, you had already determined how much money you're going to make, how you're going to act in relationships, how much visibility feels safe to you, how much growth feels safe to you, your identity. It's all been formed by the time you were 11 years old. So imagine these X's represent the disempowering, limiting beliefs that were programmed into you by the time you were 11 years old. So why am I saying that your childhood is still in control of your income? Because by the time you were 11, pretty much how much money you're going to feel comfortable making had already been determined. And what's happening is, as an adult, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how many years of business you have under your belt. It doesn't matter what accolades you have, right? Or how successful you are, or what you've accomplished. As long as these programs, these childhood programs, are running in the background, your subconscious is fighting against your success. You are not coded, you are not programmed for more. You are coded and programmed for this. So let's use an example, okay? We can do a case study. So my client, Maria, okay? She came to me, she was making like 10K a month, okay? That's where she was. So she was programmed at 10K a month, and her childhood programs, because the way she grew up, said it's not safe to make more money, right? We're not worthy of making more money. And rich people are bad. So let's give that as an example. And it wasn't until we removed these blocks that she made 78K in 3 months. And let me tell you something. She didn't change her strategies. She didn't change anything. Actually, she was working less. But because her subconscious mind was now on board with her success, because we deleted these blocks, she was able to comfortably make so much more because she felt safe with it. So how do we get rid of this, right? So first of all, every single one of you has an income ceiling, okay? There's an amount of money that you guys feel comfortable making. Actually, drop it in the chat for a moment. Drop it in the comments below. What is the amount of money that you know you can hit every single year without even blinking, right? It's normalized to you. Your nervous system feels safe with it. Like, you know, you can make this amount of money every single year with certainty. Take a moment and drop it in the chat. That is your ceiling, okay? That is your income ceiling. And guess what happens when you try to cross the income ceiling? Self-sabotage, procrastination, fog, fatigue. Your subconscious is going to pull you back to your set point based on your beliefs, right? So a part of this too comes from, honestly, a big part of it comes from family. A lot of people don't feel comfortable making more than their parents. They feel guilty about it. There's so much that goes into these blocks. So if you want to break through this income block, right, the ceiling, I've worked with entrepreneurs that are stuck at like 50K months. And once we remove their income ceiling, they're doing 100K months. I've worked with business owners, one JC, he was actually making no additional revenue. And after a couple months, he jumped to 200,000 in his multiple businesses. This is the thing that is holding you back. And it's based on these programs. So you might say, okay, Julia, I get it. My subconscious mind is holding me back from success and keeping me at my set point. So how do I break through? Let me first explain what most people do that you're not going to do anymore because you are now educated and empowered. What most people do, okay, is they try to force their way. They try to push their way, hustle their way, grind their way through this income ceiling, right? They use their willpower, motivation, affirmations, all types of techniques to try to force their way through this income barrier. But what happens, and you might have experienced this yourself, actually, let me know in the comments if you have, you might get past that, but your subconscious will then pull you back down. You might have experienced this as 1 month, you have a giant cash flow month, and in the next month, you crash. You didn't crash because you were tired. You crashed because your nervous system is coded to not feel safe with that amount of money. So you crashed, right? I had a client went from like 20 to 50K, and the next month they crashed because they had not gotten rid of these beliefs, right? Which we're going to talk about next. So what's everybody doing? Trying to force their way through the income block. Problem is, subconsciously activates the subconscious mind to pull you back down. And this is going to manifest in the craziest ways, you guys. I have personally experienced this in ways that are just mind-blowing. Like, for example, when I was trying to force my way through an income block, I would get distracted. I would all of a sudden like change my funnels or change my copy or hire some coach that has nothing to do with what I'm actually doing. Like my subconscious went into overdrive to pull me away because I did not feel safe because I had these programs running in the background, right? The most ridiculous thing I've experienced is just feeling so emotionally like irritated, right? I would find all these ways to create chaos in my business and life because it kept me distracted from actually growing. Now, what happens when people try to force their way through these income blocks? It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. You're going to burn out. You're going to self-sabotage. You're going to procrastinate. There's going to be so much brain fog and lack of clarity. You are going to do every trick in the book, make every excuse in the book, right? And you will not be able to reset this higher, okay? Now, what you want to do is this. This is simple. This is fast. This is effective. This is how I reprogram my entrepreneurs every single day. Instead of continuously to force our way through and keep falling back to our set point and crashing, what we do is we use hypnosis to go straight into the critical faculty and get rid of the programs that are creating the ceiling. It's actually that simple. I don't know why we make it so complicated. If you delete the old identities and the old beliefs that are reinforcing your income ceiling, guess what? The income ceiling doesn't need to be there anymore, right? We've deleted the source because this income ceiling is only here because deep down, we believe that we're not safe with money. We believe that we're not capable of holding and expanding and circulating largest amounts of wealth, as an example. Part of us maybe believed that it's how dare us make more money? We're going to be bad if we make more money. Maybe we believe it's not meant for us. We're not deserving of it, right? Those are the beliefs that create the income ceiling. So here's what happens. And this is where I've seen like massive jumps in entrepreneurs is I see when we do hypnosis and reprogramming and my clients hire me because I can quickly find their blocks and help them break through it. When we delete this programming and we install new empowering beliefs into the subconscious mind, we create and quantum jump into a whole different set point. So now, instead of just feeling safe with 50K months, you can feel safe with 100K months. And guess what? Your subconscious goes, wow, I actually believe I can do this. I feel safe with 100K. This feels normal to me. Let me jump in with my 95% of influence and help you actually get there faster. And all of a sudden, you're making different decisions, you're moving differently, you're able to stay consistent. You don't need to feel motivated anymore because it's just a state you access all the time. You're taking massive action, you're trusting yourself. You're doing a lot of things differently. You're saying yes to certain opportunities that before maybe you would say no to. You're not hiding anymore. Visibility feels safe, not because you pushed your way through, but because you changed the childhood programming, right? So with hypnosis, not only can we get rid of the blocks, we can also install the new beliefs. And when we install the new beliefs, guess what? You're operating from a whole new different identity and a whole different belief system, and you have a new income threshold. So, in summary, unless you reprogram these blocks from childhood, your subconscious mind is controlling your income. Your childhood is controlling your income. And the fastest way to dissolve this block, this threshold, is to get rid of limiting beliefs, plug in the good ones, and now you have a new set point. And you rinse, wash, and repeat this, and you can keep resetting your set point very rapidly, very quickly. Also, we do the work to expand your nervous system so it feels safe holding all this. Well, that was the video. So let me know in the comments what was your biggest takeaway, what you learned from this. And if you are a business owner, entrepreneur who's trying to scale and grow your business and you're suffering from that income ceiling, you're self-sabotaging yourself, you're doing all the things, you're doing the actions, but for some reason you're not getting the results. If you feel aligned and you're curious about how I can help hypnotize you to get rid of your blocks, go ahead, click the link below in the pinned comments for a consultation with me where we will jump on a call and I will help you identify your blocks and we can explore working together. And if it's a good fit, awesome. And if it's not, then I will leave you with a bunch of resources and you'll be more empowered than a lot of other entrepreneurs out there. So that's you. You're ready to explode because we explode in December. Click that link and book that call. If you enjoyed this content, please go ahead and subscribe. And thank you guys for staying with me. And I can't wait to see you in the next video.